had woken up early in the morning, packed the rest of my stuff in the bag. Around 7 a.m. I was ready. It was sort of the day like where everything was coming together. It had taken about a year of preparation to get all these little details together of the project. As I said, I was nervous because I had these visions of some people maybe not making it to the plane. You are scared, you don't want to do that. In actual fact, I think I wanted to turn around. But until the last minute, there's this worry that something could happen, something could go wrong. And now on this day, it was that everything would come together and we would have to show if we are capable of pulling it off. The plan was to go straight from the airport to Oribi Gorge. We had about 4 participants coming from different African countries. Then as it happens, the first plane was delayed and I started to become even more nervous. Yeah, and then finally the first plane arrived with Susan and Dixon from Zambia with her jeans and her denim jacket. And like halfway through they started signing. So you realized something was different about these particular people. And I think the film crew, who was very unfamiliar with disability issues, started in that particular moment to realize what it actually means to go through this project.
My name is Isaac Nkhanazang, born and bred in Botswana, coming from a big village, one of the second biggest village in Botswana. One of the organizations that I'm with is I'm in Botswana Federation of Disabled as a treasurer currently. I wasn't born disabled. I developed disability at an early stage.
My name is John Melete. I have 3 personalities. First, I am deaf. and I am a gay guy, and I'm HIV positive.
I'm Ronald Ndlovu. I'm from Zimbabwe. I was born in 1966.
Thank you very much. My name is Susan Mushoka. I am a deaf woman and I'm 37 years old. I am the fifth born in the family of 10. I have been HIV positive for 11 years now, and I'm on ARVs for 7 years now.
It is quite frightening. It is not an easy thing to make. You have to take a major step. You have to take a decision to take that move.
And I could see something that was written in bold letters. And it was written, "You are HIV positive."
Surely to be HIV positive, isn't it? It's not an easy thing. And at times, the stigma attached to it is horrible.
I think it all started with my involvement with the Disability and HIV/AIDS Trust. The short they call DHAT. It is an organization based in Botswana, but regional across Southern Africa, and they focus on disability and HIV/AIDS issues. And we wanted to find something with which we could express what it means to live with a disability and be HIV positive, yet to show these people in an empowered light.
I recall you coming to visit me about a year ago and mentioning your dream of highlighting AIDS and disability, and I think I mentioned that something adventurous would be really worth everybody getting involved in.
So we were looking for a particular event that we could play around this issue. But what was your first response to the project? What did you think about it?
Thought you were crazy.
Oh my God.
And there's a chain letter. Did I explain to you? I said there's a letter that says or they swing you from here.
Yeah, I'm going to go down with the ladder all the way to there. Once there's jump and 3.75 meters.
This is like a tunnel. I was afraid to lose my leg. I was afraid to lose my leg because I was jumping from far down. And I thought, oh my goodness, what if I jump down and I lose my leg? That one I could associate it with, losing your leg, I can associate it with, losing your life.
The experience of my disability and the film, stepping into unknown, is just like the first time I went for VCT. I was very afraid, but that was very important because it was the only way for me to know my status. So that's the same when I went to jump. I was very afraid, but I was just encouraged to say, I just have to jump. But after I jumped, I felt strong. And it's just like I went for VCT. I was very afraid and I shivered, but afterwards I accepted.
And at first I was afraid, I was wondering, oh my goodness, I'm going for a testing. And I'm a person with disability. What if I receive the results as being positive? I'll be facing a double burden. And I could not figure out how the two am I going to cope with.
One Sunday evening, it was not quite busy. As I strolled, I still remember strolling into the office of the doctor, and I went to the receptionist and asked, I've come for my results. And they said, okay, just sit down there. The waiting was very, very tense. I just couldn't wait. I nearly went out, and before even I thought of going out, the nurse had come back and said, come in. The doctor was free.
The first time I went for VCT, it wasn't easy for me. I was very afraid. I thought to say, this is a difficult thing. My heart was pumping, I was shaking and shivering. I thought that if I just go to test my blood, maybe I would die after that.
So she walked me to a counseling room with a person who I'm assuming that was supposed to be counseling me. And I could hear they were saying, oh, shame, isimumu, which means deaf and dumb. And I wasn't happy with that as well. And when I was sitting there, she said I must come in and sit down, but I could see that she was not very comfortable because she couldn't communicate with me at all.
I got disabled around the age of 5, and I had to wait up until the age of 18 so that I can be leg amputated. So that, when you are young, I think you grow quite rapidly. So changing the leg frequently will be costly.
But I went through one hospital, TB hospital, and I found myself in another hospital that is an HIV care center. Mm-hmm. It's called Tembelihle. Good Hope. Yeah? Something like that.
Yes,
yeah. So I found myself there. It was quite an experience, and it was so quiet. And at first when I woke up, I thought maybe I was somewhere else, maybe some spirit world.
Yeah.
Everything was different. I could not see anything. This light was spreading all over, but I could hear people talk, and I was wondering where I was.
Was that in the hospital when you started to become blind?
Yes, because those pills, I think I took them in. I reacted, they caused the blindness. Then later, I was diagnosed again. In fact, these doctors, the foreign doctors who saw some white spots in my X-ray picture.
Did you then know the difference between HIV and AIDS?
Yes, I did.
Is that the normal case for people?
No. Most people don't know the difference, especially in the deaf community, because most people use the same sign for HIV and AIDS, so which could be confusing. So I don't think that most people know the difference between HIV and AIDS.
No, in Zambia we don't have sign language interpreters in hospitals. Not even counselors who know sign language. Even those who work in the hospitals don't know sign language. And that makes it very difficult for us, deaf people, to access the services.
Okay.
For example, maybe you are on ARVs. They need to explain to you how you need to take those ARVs.
Mm-hmm.
So the counsellor offered to teach me, take me on board, but there was no teacher at that time, so they had to make do with a book writer.
Okay.
I still,
The one supporting you.
Yeah, he worked quite a wonderful job. And he taught me the braille, but not the way a teacher would do. I searched for them myself when I could be able to walk. And I found the Council for the Blind.
When you go to the VCT, you don't know what exactly are you going to get in terms of the results. Now, as I'm going to do a bungee jumping, I'm scared and I'm afraid. I don't know what is going to happen. But guys, I've made a decision. I'm going to try it, and I'm going to do it as I took a commitment. And this is all. You watch. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to go now. It's just the same with life experiences, really, where we really have to take a journey to the unknown. At times we don't know the expectations. They can be disastrous, they can be successful. Well, we wait the outcome. We should not lose hope.
It's already there. It's only you just to stand up and go to those red marks so I can start to counsel you.
You can even focus over
You can
that there.
But can't even lean forward.
Just to find the corner. Okay, stop there. On my count, 3, 2, 1, jump! On my count, 3, 2, 1, jump!
We'll have to accept persons with disabilities or persons with HIV and AIDS in the community as human beings, as people who can do a lot of things.